Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9 episode 1. I apologize for becoming at y'all with the Bonnet Chronicles, but I mean we family, so I mean fuck it, whatever. Who gives a fuck? But we started off with Candy. You know, she's in the bed with Todd and baby Ace, and you know at the time he's 5 months old. And they put him on the pot. They potty training him, you know, and I do remember seeing on her Facebook page, you know, months ago or whatever, you know, of her, you know, potty training him and everything. And I did also see people kind of giving her grief about it too, a little bit. She, you know, she's like she doesn't see what the big deal is because she did it with Riley when Riley was a baby and everything, and she was like, I mean, I'm gonna have to do it sooner or later, so why not do it now and all this other stuff. And I'm not mad at Candy. You know, I when I seen the videos and stuff like that, I thought it was cute, but at the same time, I'm not an expert at parenting neither. So you know, people who have kids might beg to differ. You know what I mean? But I just didn't see the big deal in it. But anyways, she giving me some damn ideas for when I have kids one day. Shit, like. But anyways, we get Kenya. She's still working on more Manor. She's trying to get some things done. You know, she's trying to get enough done to where she can have her housewarming party. She's shading Sheree about her house and everything. And I'm like, I mean, ain't neither one of y'all hoes done with y'all shit. So I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But I think I have heard in recent news that Sheree's house is done now. So if that is true, then that's what's up. Cause Lord knows how long she been working on her shit. But anyways, Kenya has 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms, I believe. She's not with Matt. They've been broken up for about like a month, at this point. I think I remember hearing about this story like a while back, in the blogs and everything, but I, just probably skimmed over it or whatever. But pretty much they were in Mexico and, they were in Mexico and a text message came through on her phone and he started wilding out and everything. And, they got into an argument about it. And because he started wilding out because he didn't know who it was or whatever. And so they got into an argument about it. He kicks her door, or he tries to kick her door down to her hotel room, and she pretty much was over it at that point. And I mean, I don't think any of us are surprised here. I mean, I think we all agreed last season that the motherfucker ain't wrapped too tight. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a few screws loose. So I mean, yeah. But anyways, we get Sheree. We're at her spot. She has 5 bedrooms and 7.5 bathrooms. I'm like, God damn, like, you know what I mean? But at least, with her kid, at least she has her kids to, fill up some of that space a little bit. But she's shading Kenya too about her shit or whatever, talking about it's a rush job and all this other stuff. Her and Bob are still friends, but he got a long way to go before he think, he about to be living up in her shit and all this other stuff. She's meeting with her interior designer. She starts talking about her son, in his room, and says that people consider her son to be a sex symbol and everything. And I was just like, he alright, you know what I'm saying? Like he alright. But no, I mean her son is cute. He is cute, but I wouldn't say sex symbol. But anyways, but he's glowed up. He's glowed up. But anyways, she talks about her youngest daughter, and she's 16 and is a senior in high school. I said, okay, girl, go ahead now. Moving on from that, we get Phaedra and Portia, and Portia, she comes to Phaedra's house or whatever, and she's playing at the door with Aiden and everything. He's standing behind the door because he was the one who opened up the door for her, and she has gifts for him and little baby Dylan. And she got them some fighting swords or whatever. And I said, she know damn well she picked them shits up from Walmart real quick. No, like I'm just teasing, little boys, they like to play with stuff like that. So, it was cool. But anyways, Phaedra, we know that she filed for divorce last year, and the reason why it's taking so long is because Apollo wasn't, really with it and all this other stuff. But she's ready to party at this point. The divorce wasn't finalized yet at the time, but I think I do remember hearing something recently about her divorce being finalized. So if that's true, congrats to you, Phaedra, on that. She makes a joke about how she's scared to go on dating websites and how she's scared to go on dating websites, especially Christian Mingle, because there's some crazy people up there. I said, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Christian Mingle, out of all places, they know what they say. Just because they Christians and stuff, that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, some guy comes to Phaedra's house on some Cinderella type of shit, with the horse carriage or whatever you want to call it, and this white suit with this hat and everything, and it's an invitation from Kenya and all this other stuff. I said, now how much did Kenya pay for this shit? I was like, I know damn well it would have been way cheaper to send that shit through just regular mail. I said, child, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, they're looking at the invitation, Phaedra and Portia, and the invitation is kind of shady. Kenya, she's like, make sure your +1 is hot and not a thought or whatever. And Portia is not sure about going and everything because she doesn't know she was invited. And Phaedra is like, well, you're gonna be my +1 and everything because you're hot and not a thought. I said, you sure about that, Phaedra? Anyways, moving on from that, we get Cynthia. She's at a lawyer's office, seeking advice about a divorce from Peter. And the lawyer, he's shocked to hear about that. And they've been living apart for 5 months. And, he lets her know that in the state of Georgia that you cannot get alimony for cheating or, being deserted or whatever. And I was like, say what? But no, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I was like married and my husband cheated on me or whatever, and we got divorced and everything, like, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't want alimony because I want to prove that I don't need your money. Like, for one, I'm gonna have my own money anyway, so it's just, but I just want to prove that I don't, like, I think I told y'all before, I'm kind of prideful, so, like, that would kind of, like, fuck with my pride a little bit, you know what I'm saying, if I, wanted some alimony and shit. But I know some of y'all probably be like, shit, fuck that, if a motherfucker cheat on me, I'm taking up everything he got. I know some of y'all probably like that right now, but anyways, she says she just wants the house because the house is in her name, and that there wasn't any infidelity involved in their marriage. I was like, no comments. But anyways, they had a prenup, and he explains more about the divorce process, for their situation to her and all this other stuff. We get Portia. She's at anger management, meeting with the counselor or whatever, and she was kind of turned off about it at first, but now she's okay with it. She wants to be able to learn how to walk away from situations and all this other stuff. And she talked, he asked her, like, what have you gone through, in your past and everything to make you act like this now? She, she was bullied in middle school and high school on her looks and everything. And she was like, her brother was the popular one, and she pretty much was trailing behind him, and she had thoughts of suicide and depression. And I felt Portia on that because I've told you guys before that I have dealt with depression and everything, and I've had thoughts of suicide and all this other stuff. And yeah, that shit, it's really no joke. It's really no joke. And I'm gonna be honest, like, these past couple of months, I've been sad, despite, those of you who follow me on social media, despite what you see on social media or whatever, like, I have been, like, low-key kind of sad, you know what I'm saying, like, and I'm trying my hardest not to fall back into, like, a depressed state, you know what I'm saying, because I fought so hard to get out of that, you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to, like, fall back into that. But Anyway, so yeah, I get it, and I'm not gonna, make fun of her or anything like that with her with that, with her going through that growing up and stuff like that, because like I said, I can relate, and that shit is not, nothing to play with. But anyways, we're back at Sheree, we get another look, inside her house or whatever, and it looks like she has a lot done. You know what I'm saying? Her oldest daughter is there, and she gets a call from Kenya or whatever. And Kenya is inviting her to her housewarming party and all this other stuff, and she's shading Sheree as Sheree is on the phone and everything, and she's sitting up here in her confessional talking about some. I mean, I would have sent the horse carriage to her house like I did with Phaedra, but I didn't know where to send it to and all this other stuff. I was like, girl, okay. I'm gonna just leave it there. But anyways, they talking and all this other stuff. Like I said, she was shaking Sheree and everything, and as Kenya was still talking, Sheree hung up on her and everything. I said, oh, then she hung up on Kenya as Kenya was still talking. But anyways, moving on from that, we get Cynthia again, and she's calling Peter on FaceTime because she's trying to find the prenup, and she's trying to make small talk with him, and it's just really an awkward vibe. And he makes a joke about having a new girlfriend, but he's really talking about his business, and asks why she's FaceTiming him. They haven't talked in 3 months, and she asks, do you know what the prenup is? And he gets smart talking about why don't you ask your mom and all this other stuff, and then brings up, the whole marriage license and everything. I don't think he ever really fully got over that whole marriage license situation, to be quite honest. I don't think he ever really fully got over that. But anyways, moving on from that, he pretty much says how he misses her and all this other stuff, and how it's fucked up because Cynthia pretty much was like that. He was telling her that she just gave up and everything, but pretty much she ends the conversation right then and there. Yeah, like I said, the shit was just awkward. So moving on from that, we get Kenya is the day of the housewarming or whatever. Cynthia, she's the first person to arrive. She arrives like an hour early to kind of, I guess, get dressed over there and kind of help out a little bit. Cynthia looking around, she was like, ooh, it's, a lot more that Kenya still needs to get done and everything. And, ooh, excuse me. But they, I think they somewhat pulled it off. I mean, of course, as we see later on in the episode, there's still some stuff that still really need to be done, like especially in the downstairs area, and then like on the driveway and whatnot. But for the little bit of time that they had to get a lot of the stuff that they got done in that short amount of time, I thought it was cool. I mean, I'm not an expert on interior design, but I mean, whatever. But anyways, Cynthia, she notices some balloons from Matt and everything, and Kenya, she gets emotional and was like, I brought this house for me. She was like, I brought this house for me at first and everything, but then he came along and, started helping out, and I, started to picture me and him, in this house together, but now I just don't know. And, Cynthia's giving her words of encouragement. The guests start to arrive. Sheree is the first one out of the ladies to arrive. She's talking about Kenya's drive-through and everything, and like I said, the drive-through was kind of fucked up or whatever. The down and like I also said, the downstairs some stuff was still like not up to par. Yeah, she was just pretty much shading. Kenya and Sheree acted fake, talking about something, oh hey beautiful, and all this other stuff. I said, y'all bitches is fake as hell. And Kenya starts to shade her, talking about something, yeah, I got a lot, a majority of it done, it didn't take me like 5 years and all this other stuff. And Sheree was like, well, it only took, it's only been 4 years and all this other stuff. Like, that makes it any better. Like, wow, a year off, like, really. But anyways, Sheree, she throws another, shady remark, talking about some, your whole house sums up my whole master suite. I said, I'm not messing with them. I am not messing with Kenya and Sheree tonight. Kenya, she explains that she didn't invite Portia, because she, they flash back the situation where Portia got into it with one of her friends at Phaedra. I think it was Phaedra's Christmas party, right, last season or whatever, in the back alley somewhere. So yeah, she was like, she just don't want Portia to come there and tear her shit up. You know what I'm saying? Candy, she shows up with her friend named Lena or something like that. Um, sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Kenya is kind of taking them on like a semi tour of their house and everything. Sheree still being critical, like, oh, she still got some stuff she needs to get done here. Like, just making all kind of remarks and faces and stuff. Cynthia, she did get some shit on the back of her pants. I don't know if it was like from the paint or like the dust or whatever that was still in the house and everything. But Portia and Phaedra, they finally, arrive and all this other stuff. And Sheree, she is just geeked up to see Portia or whatever because she just knows some shit about to go down and everything. And, Cynthia, she ain't here for it. And that, that pretty much was, the episode. Not a whole lot to work with. It, a lot of it kind of centered around, Kenya's, preparation for her housewarming, and also in the episode they did show the days leading up to her housewarming and how she was getting frustrated with the people that was working on her house. But I didn't feel the need to really talk about that for real, but because it wasn't that important. But yeah, if there's anything that I don't think I really left anything out, like I said, but anything like really really important. But yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.